So I enjoyed meeting you during our consultation.
Enjoyed meeting you too.
It was great to hear about what you want to change about yourself. And it was great to figure out a way how I can help you.
Mm-hmm.
We talked a little bit about living in Florida and how hard it's to be to protect your skin, the sun beating down on you, and then also just that natural aging process.
Right.
What we decided to focus on was tightening the neck. The laser we got today is the iPixel. It uses fractionated heat. The beauty of it is I don't disturb the top layer of your skin, the epidermis. I just go right down to the dermis and elastic tissue, and I actually injure them so that we can re-stimulate them and have them grow back again tighter. Things that you really liked upon it when we were talking about it was that you don't have downtime. I'm able to deliver that heat. Maybe you'll have 24 hours of redness. You'll have to ice a little bit. But in the end, 3 weeks from now, 3 months from now, especially when we do it probably about 3 sessions, you'll notice a real difference.
That's great.
Good. Now this particular procedure, when we're doing the 1064, we don't need any numbing beforehand. When I switch over to more of a semi-ablative, which means I deliver a lot greater heat, I go a lot deeper down to the dermis, that's when I do have to numb for about 30 to 45 minutes beforehand. But again, that's the beauty of having minimal downtime, minimal preparation, and then maximizing our results with just some warmth, and that's about it. The other item that we combine this procedure with is Nectifirm. Nectifirm is a great cream that actually is a lipolytic, which means it breaks down fat. It's something that works beautifully on the neck, and sometimes we expand it out to the abdomen as well. So it lays the groundwork before and in between my treatments. Can you tell me what it is feeling like for you?
It's some warmth. Reminds me of the warmth you get from a hairdryer when you're blow drying your hair.
How does it differ from your expectations?
It's very tolerable.
Great. We try to do a good job educating, but then we also know everybody's threshold and sensation of heat or pain is different, so I'm glad that it's tolerable. So in particular for this treatment, common misperception is that it's going to be extremely painful, and as you can tell, there's warmth. More feels like a sunburn or maybe a little bit of stinging. Another common misperception is they're going to walk out the door and have a tight neck. So that's where I always really say I'm injuring collagen. I'm using heat to break up collagen, because although we may not make new collagen as easily as when we were young, but if you injure it, stimulate it by heat, create these micropores, I will turn on the collagen. And that's what I'm trying to do. A lot of my patients after the treatment are so pleased with their investment. In particular, we actually really do start taking a good care of our face, typically when we're in our 30s. But we forget often our neck, the chest area, and the back of the hands. So it's wonderful to have something that we can blend and catch up as far as looking younger with the neck treatment.
Are there any limitations that I am going to have to follow after this procedure?
Well, in a beautiful way. You have absolutely no bruising. You understand that we'll do some icing over the next probably 24, maybe out to 48 hours. But as far as your activity level, you can go out and exercise. I would just stick to your regular sun smarts. So for me, sun protection, or even being out early in the morning or late in the day, probably for about 72 hours. Because when you're red, if you mix that with ultraviolet light, you can heal blotchy, and that's not what we want. I'm glad we're starting down this treatment path. I know that you did your research, and that meeting with us for the complimentary consult, and understanding that we have the experience, the equipment, and that we want results, but through a safe path that's customized for you, that's what brought you here. So you did great. What I'm going to do is ice down, but also send you home with the ice pack. We've got our written instructions about what to do for the next 24 hours, and we'll see you back in about 3 weeks.
Great. Thank you so much.
Great.